Tonight on the House of Tiny Tearaways.
You know, you're such a baby, Sammy. All you're doing is...
Why am I a baby?
Because you are.
Leave the light off.
No!
I don't know how to play with her. I don't know how to talk to her.
This is the all-new House of Tiny Tearaways. Now, if you thought that parenthood was sitting in front of a log fire with the love of your life, talking about how great the kids are, while the children are upstairs sleeping in their beds, think again.
Give her to me!
When relationships are at breaking point.
I love my little girl so much, and sometimes I really hate her dad.
Young families are on the edge.
Mum, I'm not getting bossed around no more!
And the kids are out of control.
Stop fighting! Stupid.
This is where they come, the House of Tiny Tearaways. Two of the country's leading child psychologists, Laverne and Elizabeth Kilby, are on hand to provide intensive therapy. They'll observe how these young parents operate and then intervene to help them turn their lives around. To do this, they'll be able to watch up to 24 hours a day via remote cameras and those hidden behind mirrors.
Out now! Now!
Living here means the parents and their kids can behave as normally as possible, free from distractions.
There is no telly. Go on then, walk away, little boy.
Shut up.
Walk away.
All the parents coming into the house over this month-long TV event are hoping that Laverne and Elizabeth can make a real difference to their lives. But whether they can remains to be seen.
Naughty, naughty daddy.
This morning, 17-year-olds Becca and Paul nearly split up for the second time in 4 days. Becca and Paul came into the house to try and sort out 11-month-old daughter Lacey's sleep problem, as she would often be awake until 3 a.m. Becca also wanted Paul to get more involved in parenting Lacey, and that bond between dad and daughter has now become stronger. And after getting Lacey down for 3 nights in a row in record time, Laverne decided that they should go home tomorrow, but this has had a dramatic effect on Becca.
I'm just scared. Come on.
As she took in the news, it made her rethink her relationship with Paul.
I don't want to be with him. I don't love him.
They managed to get things back on track, but how long will it last this time?
No, I just want to go home.
And over in the Butters camp, there was almost another breakup. 21-year-old Sammy had an extreme reaction when her 28-year-old partner David was offered a day trip to go go-karting.
We've come here as a family, and we're leaving as a broken one.
This revelation of her jealousy is a major turning point, so Elizabeth and Laverne changed all their plans to try and keep the family on track. 23-year-old Sherry and 26-year-old Martin Bailey only arrived yesterday. They came to the house because their 2 kids, Tamsin and Todd, run rings around them and refuse to go to sleep at night.
And you say it all boils down to me?
I think you treat them wrong, but I don't think that causes their behaviour.
At home, Sherry does most of the parenting and Martin doesn't get a look in.
She's the boss of the house and the kids know that. I just go along with her. I don't get a say in it, really. I just keep my mouth shut now.
This gulf between the young couple is having a knock-on effect on the kids. It's nearly 6 in the evening and matey couples Paul, Becca, Sammy and David are all having dinner together on their final night in the house.
Oh my God. You're licking the plate, I'm hungry. Look at him. Are we that bad? We don't feel like kids?
It's nice to sit down all together. Even if David's not eating. Yeah.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Daddy's do it?
Yes, not Mummy.
Tough.
Sherry and Martin are upstairs with their kids, 5-year-old Tamsin, 4-year-old Todd and 10-month-old Jessica. And in the middle of a hairbrush battle with Tamsin, Sherry finds some very unwelcome visitors.
What are those on?
Bring the bloody nurse.
What?
Head lice. Good girl.
Well done, babe. Well done. Cracked a little smile. Like,
Have you been in the bath?
oh, there's some cool pyjamas.
I want some.
In a house with 8 kids, an outbreak of nits is not great news, so a nervous Sherry and Martin gather the parents in the kitchen to break the news to them.
Tammy's got head lice, looks like.
Yeah. What?
Tammy's got head lice.
Oh.
Falling in them. So just check.
Oh.
I catch up so easy. Oh my God.
Well, I've got a ball, then I'll be alright.
Everyone's
There you are,
freaked
there's
out
the
now.
dummy.
Becca's obviously stressed about it, but it's not Lacey's head she's thinking of.
Oh, look at Becca. Oh.
No, I'm really worrying.
Why are you sitting like that?
Becca, I can see one.
But my hair, no, but my hair's short enough as it is. It's not even like I can lop it all off. Do you know what I mean? Don't.
Piss on there.
Get off. I don't want to wear a hat.
I'm going upstairs. Come on, David.
See you in a bit, Matt.
Come on.
Sammy, not so subtly, gets away from poor Tamsin as quickly as possible, but the kids are left behind.
Sammy, I wish you'd wait for me. I've got Alfie in my hands. I've got these three.
And safely hidden in their bathroom, Sammy and David get the knives out over the knits.
It's shocking that she got knits on her. She's not really practicing, can it?
I know, yeah. Well, they're not going to get rid of them. And I'll get them.
It's 6:30, which means that the most dreaded time of the day for all three couples is approaching. Bedtime. The first person to get the ball rolling is Sherry Bailey, who after the knit drama earlier is trying to calm Tamsin and Todd with a book.
No, you're coming to listen to story. You're going to come and sit and listen to story?
No.
Yes.
No.
Now, take that off your head, it's dangerous.
While there's no sign of calm in the living room, upstairs Laverne is hoping to inject some into the triplets' bedroom. As Elizabeth has a night off, she's got to be across all three families single-handedly tonight, so she's tackling the trickiest ones first.
Daddy.
Last night, she and Elizabeth spent 3 hours trying every psychological technique to get the triplets to sleep. So this time, Laverne has decided on a physical strategy instead.
So, tonight, we're going to do bedtime a little bit differently. Alfie's going to go to bed first, and then Lewis is going to go to bed with Daddy. Who's the most predictable out of these two?
We're going to put Lily.
Lily, and then Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay? Whilst Lewis is going to bed, Lily and Taylor are going to have story with Mum. I'm going to just go and watch, and as soon as you start getting going and are really into it, I'll probably come back.
Yeah.
But if it's going
All right.
all right, then
Just
get
keep
on
going.
with it. Yeah.
Tomorrow night, Sammy and David will be back home with the triplets, so with clear instructions on who's doing what and when, Laverne leaves them to try these techniques out themselves.
It's getting a bit small now.
What's this called? What's this called?
No, night, darling.
Lily bow. What's this called? A hat. What's this called? Good girl. Spade. Spade.
While Martin relaxes in the living room, Sherry takes the two little devils upstairs. She manages to get Tamsin asleep in just 10 minutes, but next door, brother Todd is hatching his escape plan.
Okay.
Every time you get out of bed, I'm going to come back and I'm going to put you in. And I'm going to keep doing it until you go to sleep. And the longer it takes, the longer it takes. Mummy doesn't care. She's got nothing to do. Lie down. Stop it.
I don't want them.
Because her main focus tonight is on the triplets, Laverne won't be as hands-on with Tamsin and Todd. Instead, she wants to see how Sherry is coping without the locks.
Stay on.
Light is going off.
The light is going on.
Leave the light off.
No. It's going on.
Todd, I'll stand here and do this all night if I have to. Now stop it.
We'll go upstairs.
It's locked now, Todd. You can't get out.
I need to talk to you. Kissy.
Get in your room. I don't want you to say.
With Todd resorting to shock tactics, his mum follows suit.
Do you want me to put a lock on your door?
There's not even looking.
I'll get the lady to do it. The lady will. Right. I'm going to go and ask her.
No, on the
Yeah.
table.
Shut the door. I'm going to get one. Shut the door.
After 45 minutes of non-stop toing and froing, Todd is still not settled, and with no locks on the doors, Sherry takes up her position as security guard outside his room. Next door, it's much calmer as Paul confidently settles baby Lacey for her final night in the house.
Bang, bang. Boom, boom. Bang, bang. Boom, boom.
Over in triplet territory, story time is over and it's time to put Laverne's plan into action. As Sammy stays with baby Alfie and the girl triplets, Lily and Taylor, David tries to get Lewis to sleep first.
Yeah, you've been good boy. That's not my dancer. Its horns are too rough.
Say words. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that David!
What? Stay there.
Behave now. He can't go to sleep. Taylor's whacking him with the towel and everything. Do you know he was going off and now he's wide awake again?
Behave now. Just behave.
Is he asleep?
No.
What's he doing?
He's not going to sleep yet, is he? You can't just you can't shout me like that, darling.
Well, so what am I supposed to do? I can't do
Well, then why
nothing.
don't you read the stories then?
You still
Stay
could
there.
have the same problem.
Stay there. Cheers, no, you shouldn't lie down, isn't it?
Next door, after an hour of terrorising his mum, Todd has finally given up and fallen asleep. But while Martin is putting their little angel, baby Jessica, to bed, a stressed-out Sherry tries to calm herself down.
I've seen a bit of it. You've had quite a time settling them.
Yeah.
Showing their true colours.
Yeah, but that's not the worst from the scary thing.
No, but it still has an impact, doesn't it?
No, fine. It's just so annoying because they know. They just play on it.
Yeah.
Tammy went straight off though. I think I only going there once.
Todd was just didn't manage to settle at all.
He was quite willing to go upstairs to bed.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, fine. And when
Once
he
he's
actually
in
went,
bed.
he was like, no. But I think he's gone, he's been gone about 5 minutes now. So he should stay there.
So once you've got them in there, they intend
Yeah.
to stay in bed.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Gosh.
But I was expecting him when I held the door, because I held the door.
Yeah, I
I
saw.
was expecting him to kick you if he ate when he realised he couldn't get out of it. But he didn't. Don't know.
But you feel exhausted.
Yeah.
And you get used to being in this house and a different place. And
Yeah.
you've got Martin around 24/7. Got all these different things. It must be quite something for everybody to take in their own way.
Yeah. I just act as if Martin's not there, because when he's at home he doesn't actually do anything with the kids. He doesn't, all he does is shout at them and doesn't actually interact with them. But when he's on his own with them, he does, because they tell me, because obviously they've done things with him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if I'm there, it's all solely down to me,
He sort of stands back.
and it shouldn't be like that. So,
And today, how would you sum up today?
knackering. But it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Could have been a hell of a lot worse. Hello? Don't laugh, Taylor. You're not going to get praised for laughing.
It's 7:30, and upstairs, splitting the triplets up might be paying off. Without his sisters to distract him, Lewis has dropped off, so Laverne goes in to help settle Taylor and Lily.
What do you want me to do?
Just show pictures, you know, just
Explain what things are.
just say, look at that, or get them to show you, but all very, very quietly.
Oh, look at the little boy and the mummy making sandwiches for school. Yeah.
Now you've got to get them so they're much more relaxed next to you or something. So put the pillows all up and get them sort of with you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Come on then. Let's go.
So that when David comes in, he's just having to sort of scoop them up in a tired state.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll come down here. Ma, come on then. Let me just get Lily in. Can you lie on Mummy's belly? Yeah. Come on then. And then Taylor lie here. And we'll sing Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Next on the list is Taylor.
Lie down, lie down.
But she's in danger of undoing the hard work with Lewis, so David exchanges her for Lily.
Sit there.
Sammy tried out Laverne's suggestions and calmly got Taylor to sleep within just 10 minutes. It's just 8 o'clock, and for the first time ever, the triplets are all peacefully asleep in bed.
That is unbelievable.
Is Leslie asleep?
Yes. Everybody's asleep, I think.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
All 8 kids are asleep, so all 3 couples have got the night to themselves, but they've still got the Nick crisis to solve before they can relax.
Oh, you've got
Yeah.
lovely head lice stuff in the room if you want to go and collect it.
So how long do they reckon the nits have been there for?
I didn't say.
Well, if they're only eggs, they incubate for so long, don't they?
Yeah.
They have to incubate yet,
She
then
never
they
had it
hatch.
before. Because she's been through the whole summer holiday with the same people she's been playing with.
Yeah, it will be
Normally
school.
all in
It will be
one,
school.
yeah.
Always is school.
I hope you get
always.
some good housemates.
Yeah.
For Sammy, David, Becca and Paul, this is their last night in the house, and despite their dreams for their kids' sleep routines coming true, they're all in a bad mood, especially Sammy.
I don't think it's going to work at home, to be honest. They're going to be totally different. They're going to go back to themselves at home. They don't do this at home. They don't sit in the bedroom and want to listen to stories. Do you know what, David? To be honest, we haven't done anything tonight. Laverne got the girls to sleep, so what have we done?
But you've watched.
Yeah, but then how does you know we're going to be able to do it? Because tomorrow I'll get home, travelling all day. We're not going to feel like it.
You can't just sit there and be negative and say, right, we're going to get on
Yeah,
after
but like, we're having people round tomorrow night if we go home.
Yeah, but we just have to stick to a routine, Sammy, aren't we?
Yeah,
We've got them in a routine, Sammy. You're going to have to stick to it. If you're not,
We're
what's the
not
point
in a
coming?
routine!
Oh, yes, they are. You've got your head on yet again, right? And you just don't know, as per usual. You're back to normal, Sammy, how you usually are.
Go away, David.
Yeah.
Because 2 of the couples are headed home tomorrow, everyone's been given cake as a goodbye treat. But as Sammy and David tuck in, the mood is still sour.
So sick and tired of ulcers. Must be something wrong with me, you know. If I'm getting ulcers like this all the time.
Oh, David, stop whinging, bro, last night, for God's
Oh, you
sake.
shut your mouth, you.
I want to shut my mouth.
And shove that bottle around your head. You're getting on. No, you're getting on my nerves,
I
you
don't
really
care.
are. Me off.
I think it'll whine by itself.
Go on and bye-bye. Naughty. Doesn't matter, doesn't it? It really has. I've been as nice as possible right in 4 days right now. I just can't be bothered no more. It's like today, starting because I was going to go-kart, you know what I mean? What's all that about? It's pathetic. Idiot.
As Sammy stews upstairs, Becca takes up the mantle. Yes, Lacey might have gone to sleep within 10 minutes for the 3rd night running, but she's still not happy.
I truly believe,
Yeah,
like,
that you-
we were going to sort Lacey's sleeping out.
So you were going to go home and you'd have a perfect
Go
baby.
home. Well, not even
Not perfect, yeah, but you know...
go home and
yeah, but
know that she's going to sleep through the night.
In your head, it was going to be a perfect baby.
In my eyes, I don't know if you feel this way, but Lacey's more important to me than our relationship. I think for her, for us to work, for me to be happier and more easygoing
Yeah,
with
Lacey
him
needs
during
to
the
get-
day,
Lacey needs to get
she
sorted
needs
first.
to sleep. She needs to sleep
Yeah, but
during
it's
the
like,
night.
I understand what you're saying there, but don't forget, for her, your relationship is more important than her.
Yeah.
She needs a mum and a dad, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
She
but I
does
didn't
need
come
both
here
of
for
us.
that, you know.
Yeah.
She's on the telly.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say...
She's on the telly.
Who?
Lacey.
Oh, yeah, how good is that?
They're trying to prove what they've done.
They are, aren't they?
I do thank you, but I'm just so disappointed. I felt there's more to be done, like...
Look what they've done with Paul. Look
Yeah.
how much he's changed since he's been in this house. Look how much he does now to what he did.
Is that really Lacey?
Yeah.
Babies in their sleep, they all look the same.
That's your baby, mate. I can tell by the mouth, it's your mouth.
They're breathing as well.
Oh, bless her.
In order to lift Sammy's mood, Elizabeth and Laverne have suggested she call home to speak to her mum.
Hello?
Hiya.
Hiya, you alright?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet David can hear me on the phone.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, he's downstairs because the baby monitor's on. He's a hope he can hear. I hate him.
Oh, God.
Doing my head
I
in.
don't know.
Guess what time triplets went? Do you know they were all in bed for 8 o'clock? Asleep.
Was it?
Yeah,
that's
tonight.
good, isn't it?
So...
All right.
Oh, God, the house is gorgeous.
Is it?
Yeah. So, but, oh, Mum, it's absolutely beautiful. Like a big, massive house, and there's like a garden, and oh, it's just gorgeous. I don't want to leave, actually.
Don't you?
No, I want to stay.
Bring the house with you.
I know, yeah. Oh, you'd love it, though.
That'll
The first
not.
night, I think it's because we were really tired. We had to do that night morning. I rang you. And we
Oh,
went to the
yeah,
house. I
yeah.
was so nervous.
Were you?
Yeah, and then got into the house, and I was like, oh my God, why was I nervous?
Oh.
These have been brilliant.
Have they? I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
I know. No, not the kids.
Oh.
They've shown the true colours last night. No,
Did
the
they?
experts.
Ah,
So-
I bet. Well, yeah, that's what they're there for, they
Yeah.
know. So David had learnt a lot then, and...
Yeah. He's learnt that he needs to chill out and let me take more control.
Because
Because you know what he's like, he interferes, doesn't he?
Yeah, but you need to do a bit more, though.
Yeah.
Not saying you don't like, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't believe how much I've done here. Like, I've cooked all the time.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ah,
But,
good.
like, I'm getting to guess
So
what?
have you learnt something from it then, or what?
I think, yes.
You think
about
so?
myself.
Yeah, about yourself.
Yeah,
That's what you wanted, didn't you?
Yeah, to control him more. And my tone of voice has totally changed, by the way.
Ah,
I'm
good.
I don't shout all the time.
No.
And,
Sure.
so I'm going to have to go because I need a wee and I'm going to go drink my wine. So.
All right then.
Okay then, bye.
Bye.
Enlightened by her new self-knowledge, Sammy returns to the living room, but she quickly slips back to a role we're rather more familiar with.
Oh yeah, thanks for drinking all the wine, David.
What is with the attitude? Just for
Don't
one
want
night.
to go home.
Well, don't take it out on me, Dad. It's not my fault.
I know I'm sound moany and everything, but
I
I
don't want
don't. Do you know when you don't? Like, you might feel like it. Do you know when they send you home and you don't feel ready enough and confident enough?
In all fairness, you could not have been here, sort of thing.
Well, exactly,
I would have
yeah.
rather have come here and tried it than still sat there tearing your hair out, sort of thing.
Exactly, exactly.
Earlier today, Becca and Paul nearly split up when emotions boiled over at the thought of going home.
I don't want you to hate me.
We've done the right way about it.
Elizabeth and Laverne are aware that this relationship is on a knife edge, so before Becca and Paul leave, they're getting a special treat.
Topic of conversation is the Red Bulls.
Going to a posh restaurant.
I feel like I'm eating from the garden.
What's so special, isn't it?
Between courses of their secluded romantic dinner, they'll be given questions about each other to remind them why they got together and hopefully why they should stay together.
What were your first impressions of Paul? First impressions of Paul? Bit timid.
What does that mean?
Shy. Not very confident.
And that was what first attracted you, Becca? Gorgeous. Funny. Caring. Assets.
Yeah, I used to have big boobs, not anymore. I used to suck the life out of them.
And as Paul keeps trying with the romance, Becca isn't really in the mood.
So what did I buy you for last birthday? See if you remember that.
I don't remember.
That's why it's not going anywhere, because you just remember stuff out. Just gotta be happy to stay together. And that's just born.
Yeah, my age was wrong. But I weren't happy. I was happy, I was just tired as well.
And We've had quite a few actually, but we've had quite a lot of bad ones as well.
As the day draws to a close and the dinner à deux is over, Becca and Paul come to their daily video diary.
Yeah, I can understand what I'm not exactly a nice person to Becca. I shouldn't get aggressive, lose my temper, and wind her up. But yeah, I care about her and love her more than I did before I came in. Grow more, even closer to her.
When I came in, I didn't know whether I wanted to be with Paul or not. To be honest, I still don't know. I think it just goes down to when we get out of here, which will be a big change. The arguing hasn't changed much. We've got to learn to speak to each other a lot better than what we do.
It's 6:30 in the morning and all three families are asleep, apart from a brief awakening. After going to bed like an angel last night, Tamsin Bailey is still dreaming away. Bored of whoever she was sleep-talking to, she decides to get started on her morning ritual of waking her brother up. As usual, Todd's fast asleep, but in a break from the norm, he's taken to sleeping in bizarre places.
Is it morning?
Tamsin quickly gets him up, and we're given an interesting glimpse into the wonderful world of this twosome.
I know what you're dreaming about, getting a jet car. And I can spit goo out of my mouth. And then I can do it too. So did you know where I put my mic, I put it down the toilet and I flushed it.
Things aren't nearly as much fun over in the Yellow Suite. It's 20 to 8 and nearly time for Lacey's breakfast, which Paul is supposed to do, but it looks like this will be the third morning in a row that he doesn't bother.
Get out of bed. Don't start. Come on. Yeah, she still needs breakfast. See, what is my point of being with you? None. Whatsoever. Never gonna change.
So far, we've seen Sammy and David's 3-year-old triplets have the fastest bedtime of their entire lives. They went to sleep in just 20 minutes, and to top it all off, they then slept all the way through the night. And 17-year-olds Becca and Paul got their daughter Lacey to sleep before 8 for the third night running. She also slept through the night, which she's never done in her whole life. But for some reason, both Sammy and Becca haven't taken in this amazing achievement.
I don't think it's going to work on, to be honest.
I truly believe, we were going to sort Lacey's sleeping out.
If only Sherry and Martin had such luck. At home, their disciplining techniques consist of locking their kids in their rooms, and Martin shouting all the time. And when Sherry tried a bedtime without locks or lung power, it all became too much to handle. And there's all of this still to come.
I just don't feel I've done what I came here. I really came here to do. I don't want to, so I'm not doing it.
This is really hitting home for you, isn't it, Sherry?
It's 8:30 and the butters are now stirring. But true to form, Sammy isn't treating her final day here with much enthusiasm.
I'm not packing yet, David. Sick, man.
Despite their success getting the triplets to sleep last night, Sammy has woken up in a foul mood. But at least Laverne is pleased with their breakthrough.
So, Laverne, for the butters, it was a case of divide and conquer, wasn't it?
Well, that's what we discovered. I mean, Elizabeth and I had spent a mammoth session the night before trying to put these triplets to bed, and it proved impossible. Really important that we experienced that, really important that we had an idea of what these parents were going through. So the next day, we just couldn't go through that again. David separated the children and we put them to bed with some clear demarcation between them and saying, you're going to sleep. And it worked.
Now, you used a word there, and I'd like to pick you up on it. David. David seems to be doing still everything, whereas Sammy does, I want to say, almost nothing, which might be unfair, but do you think it's ever going to sink in that she has to work as hard as he does?
It's really difficult actually working in this way at the moment, but I think it's what we've got to accept. We've got to work with what's in front of us, and actually David's the person who steps up and says, I'll do it. It feels to me that there's absolutely no point trying to push Sammy to do something that she simply doesn't feel capable of doing at the moment, because then we won't make any progress.
Morning. Are you packed? Oh, doesn't she look gorgeous? So you have to pack by 9 o'clock? Take it, we're going soon.
Yeah. She's like, you know, dresses. It's normally
They've had to pack by 9 o'clock.
Have you?
Daddy, look.
So we don't really know.
What?
Yeah.
I'm proper nervous, me, like, I've got one flies in my stomach now. I've got
Morning. Alright.
How you doing?
Yeah.
What?
Sometimes sticker last time more.
Taylor and Lily have been playing nicely with the other kids for 15 minutes. If only the same could be said for their parents.
I can't be bothered sat on a minibus down. I really can't. I'm not in no mood today.
I'm not going to talk to you, Sammy, right?
No, don't talk to me then.
No, all you do, Sammy, is more about everything.
So, I don't
You
care.
do. You know, you're such a baby, Sammy. All you do is...
Why am I a baby?
Because you are.
Oh,
Do you have to talk like that, Sammy? There's
Not
kids there. The kids are
babies.
there. Do you have to? Seriously. There's no need for that, Sammy. You're disgusting, you. Freaking mouth washing out with soap, Sammy.
Elizabeth has watched some footage of Sherry's bedtime nightmare with Todd and wants to discuss why it went so wrong.
I want to talk through last night's sleep routine.
Okay.
So how did it go?
Bad, but not as bad as it has been.
And it was mainly you doing it like last night, Sherry, not Martin.
No, I didn't.
He was downstairs.
I was downstairs all the time.
Because you don't at home, or because you made the decision not to?
Because I know they're worse for me, so I wanted that to come out.
You just wanted to put
Yeah.
them to bed
Because I know
yourself.
that if he puts them to bed tonight, more than likely they'll go straight down.
Well.
No.
Well.
So
I don't
why
think
do they
they'll
go to sleep for him and not for you?
Because they know they can wind me up.
Because they don't
They
try.
know.
They don't try all the tricks. Not all the tricks for me.
No, I think
Because they know they're not going to get away with it.
What this behaviour was about was the relationship between him and you.
Yeah.
Because going to bed signifies for children a separation.
Yeah.
You and I are going to be apart now until the morning.
Yeah.
And what Todd showed me here was actually he can't manage this separation from you, and you can't manage this, helping him get this separation to get him down to
Talking
sleep.
about it like that, that's what Tammy does as well, isn't it?
What?
Well, when we put her to bed, she always wants to be downstairs with us.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
won't go to bed.
That's her problem. It's not the fact that she's not tired. She wants to be with us doing what
She
we're
doesn't
doing.
want to go to bed. She wants to sit up
Yeah.
and watch our programmes. And
Why does she want to be with you?
I don't know, because she's a kid. I just presumed all
Yeah.
kids want to be with their parents. I don't know.
Sometimes children actually become a bit like the glue or the cement in a relationship.
Mm.
And Tammy, I think, is like a distraction. If she's there, then you two have got something to focus on, which is her.
Mm.
If she goes to bed, then the focus might actually be between the two of you.
Mm.
This is really hitting home for you, isn't it, Sherry? Come here, babe. Martin, give us some tissues. Yeah? So Tamsin hanging around is serving a function, which is about looking what goes on between the two of you. Tell me why that's so hard, Tammy.
The kids are there 24 hours a day, normally one of them.
And you never get time with just the two of you?
Yeah.
Very rarely.
Never.
Is that something you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Just doesn't happen.
Because actually this is a two-sided coin, isn't it? We need to think about getting the kids to bed is one side of it, but then actually what we do with you as a couple is the other
That's what
side
I
of it.
do.
What I've seen is that actually that, you know, I can work on that quite quickly.
Yeah.
That I can get sorted, and then you can have babysitters and go out. But
Mm.
actually, what does that leave then? And I think that's why I think it's very important. There are two strands of work that I want to do with you guys.
Mhm.
One strand is putting some behavioural strategies in place for sleep time. The other strand is thinking about you as a couple. Because I'm seeing you, Sherry, that actually you're quite emotional. There's a lot here for you, isn't there? I think there's a lot more to be heard from you, actually.
I think it's all just building up and talking about it, talking about the truth. You know, it does get to you. It gets both of us, doesn't it?
We're going to do some more work with you this afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to meet with you. I've got some activities and some tasks for you to do.
Yeah.
And I want you to go home and have 2 nights at home trying this out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's tonight and Sunday night. And I want you back on Monday.
Yeah.
What I want is for you to be able to do this in your real life setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we stay here and we get this sorted and then I send you home and I don't get a chance for you to come back and see how it's gone, then I've just kind of let you off without sort of doing the final tweakings.
That actually makes more sense.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Back in the living room, Sammy is taking a break from the stresses of leaving day.
David, have you got anything to wipe out? He's been sick.
I take it you can't move, like you can't get off your bum and get away.
Right, we've got to go.
Didn't know they were there.
You can see, you've just looked up there, Sammy, and seen him wipes up
You only
there.
because you were going over there.
Just watch her, Sammy, because she's hitting him in the head. Nice.
At home, 17-year-old Becca has never managed to get daughter Lacey to sleep before 10 at night. But for the last 3 nights, she's been asleep by 8. Despite this breakthrough, Becca is still worried about going home today. Since Laverne has left the house for the day, Elizabeth has called Becca in for a final consultation.
Well, I don't feel ready to go.
Oh, come on.
I really don't want to go.
Yeah.
I just don't feel I've done what I really came here to do. I've just been focused on me and Paul, and it's made me even worse watching him grow a real strong bond with her while we've been in here, and I just feel like I don't know how to play with her. I don't know how to talk to her. I feel like I'm going out, not her mum.
Now, Becca, if I'm being really honest to you, a bit of me thought that you came into this house confident that you were a good mum and convinced that Paul was not a good dad, and were hoping that Laverne and I would give him a bit of a telling off, actually, and get him to kind of up his game a bit. And to some extent we have done that, because we have focused on Paul about how he is with Lacey. But what that's meant is that you've had to give up a bit. You've had to make some space for him to come in.
Yeah.
And a bit of me thinks that actually you didn't want to do that.
It's so hard.
It is so hard. I think you have really got in touch with yourself in the time that you've been in this house, and I have seen some amazing changes in you. Let me go and get Paul.
Elizabeth brings Paul in to get them both to acknowledge their progress.
How do you feel about how it's been?
It's been good, but I just feel that we haven't learned enough.
But I was saying to Becca that actually I have seen some huge changes between the two of you to when you first came into how you are now. Yeah? I want to show you some stuff. I want to show you some clips.
Lacey goes to sleep earliest at 10 o'clock at night.
So what time does she go to sleep now, Becca?
You obviously don't live with your mum, so tell me a little bit about that.
Because she abandoned all of us when I was 5 years old. I just remember she just didn't turn up one weekend and she'd show up again.
You've done an incredible job. You've come here to think about her sleep and getting her into a routine. But what we've uncovered along the way is that there are lots of other bits.
Underneath.
I think that she's falling into a deeper sleep now.
It'll be a miracle just for her to sleep through and we have such a settled way of life. Me and Paul can have a nice relationship. I can at least be happy.
Look at that. Family. You guys walked into my house saying, I'm not sure whether we're going to stay together. We've had a blazing row and it's all over. And you've ended the week like that. But what I saw was this huge gap between the two of you, not sure whether you could trust each other, not sure whether what you wanted to do with this relationship. I made that decision that what do I think Lacey needs? What's in her best interests? It's about you being joined up. Yeah? Everything isn't perfect in the way that you'd hoped it would be, but I think we've done a huge amount of work, and I want to celebrate that. I want you guys to go out here.
I do realise it a bit more now. I need to feel like I need to do something with her, so at least I'm going home confident in one aspect, even if it's not during the night.
Yeah. Let's go back to the house.
I never do how much I mumble on TV.
You do, I told you, see?
That's what Dad said. I believe my dad now. I'm like,
It's now 11 and Todd and Tamsin are bored. They don't find Dad Martin's cigarette rolling very entertaining, so they resort to creating their own fun.
Jump off the cliff.
Right, leave her alone, please. Doesn't want to play. You two can pick out the pillows, please. On the floor. Pick out the 3 pillows, please. Put them on there.
After her emotional consultation with Elizabeth, their mum Sherry is not feeling very playful, despite Tamsin's best efforts.
Want somebody to push her on the swing? Want somebody
That's Toddy. We'll do it.
No, we don't.
It's cold. Mummy's cold out there. It's too cold to be outside, isn't it? If you want to play, you can go outside, but Mummy's not coming. It's too cold. Want to play something in here?
It's all baby things.
It's not all baby things. There's colouring. You've got a box full of colouring over there.
Yes. Baby.
Martin and Sherry might not be in the mood to play with their kids, but Becca really wants to play with hers. While Paul has come out of his shell with Lacey, Becca feels she's lost her confidence, so Elizabeth brings in some toys to try and help point out just how good she is with her daughter.
So, how long do you think the attention span of a 1-year-old child is?
No idea. But hers isn't very long.
I'll guess.
10 minutes.
2 to 5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah?
Right.
So actually, what that means is that Lacey needs short bursts of play.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And the secret is to follow her lead.
Yeah. What you got? Hey, big. Look. Oh. Bang, bang.
And what you showed her so beautifully was that it's got a function, this object.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she took that and she's thinking, crash, how does that work? Because children's motor skills, I mean, it's not very sophisticated.
Yeah.
You know, they're still learning to grasp things and move things around. So I want you to get her attention back and see if she could... Your tone of voice, she's got it.
Clever girl. Well done.
Your tone of voice then was all about excitement and it conveyed, and that was really natural and instinctive for you to do that then.
Yeah. Whee!
Becky, you're quite natural at this.
It just, I don't know, I just feel sometimes because she's like very involved with like me and such.
Because
what I mean?
she's not at that age. And we call these cause and effect toys, which means you do something and you get a response. So she puts it at the top and it slides down. And that is where her development is at now. So anything when you press something and something happens.
So I never really know, you know, I do spoil her a lot, but I buy her like the wrong stuff. Look.
This is lovely. Just let her mish around. She's going to want to touch them all.
And here, look.
Let's see where she wants to go. That's really good at directing her attention. I mean, that's probably her 5 minutes. That's her.
Yeah. See, by that time she's done.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough. So what you do is give her a break.
If you want to
give her a break.
Just
Let
leave her
her
alone,
physically
she's
explore. As Lacey gets older, it does get so much easier because they can do so much more of that interactive stuff. What I've seen of Lacey is actually when she's with you, she is happy and content. She approaches you. If your play skills weren't good, she would not have stayed here and played with you, and I would have had to give her a lot more support to do that. But what Lacey showed me is me and my mum play. So this is not about you not being good at playing. This is about you believing that you're good at it. and your confidence, because actually you are very appropriate with her when you think about it.
But like my speech as well, that's what I feel really uncomfortable about.
Just don't swear at her.
But don't change it.
Don't swear full stop.
Trying to come back and mend don't make bloody any difference.
You swear around her?
Yeah, I know. That's terrible, yeah. I don't know where that... Oh. I don't even notice I'm doing it. See, it's such a habit. You don't notice you're doing it. It's terrible.
Exactly.
It comes from our arguing. Otherwise, I wouldn't...
And it comes from you being this kind of cold, hard, tough exterior. Whereas when you're this more grown-up, relaxed Becca, you don't swear because you don't need to.
Yeah.
So that's what that's about.
Pin down time.
Yeah. I'll leave the stuff in here, guys. You can have a go. I'll leave this for her, Becca.
Yeah.
Because I think she'll have a whale of a time with that.
Like having a bit of baby changing room as well.
Whoa.
What was that like, that playing with Becca and Lacey? She's good at it, but she feels rubbish at it. Do you think she's got more confident now after that?
Part of what her wobble with me this morning was about, I need you to help me play, I've seen Paul play, I don't know how to do that. And I was very clear with Becca, actually you do know how to play, but I think your confidence is rocked at the moment because you don't know really where you are. So I went into the living room and spent a bit of time on the floor with her. You're right, she played beautifully. Becca knows what to do, but she just needed me to remind her.
How are they going to cope at home? Let's just remind ourselves, they don't live together. She's in the mother and baby unit. She is 17. All of her mates are out at nightclubs or doing A-levels or doing what 17-year-olds do. How is she going to cope when she gets home?
I don't know how she's going to cope when she gets home. You know, I hope that she will take what we've done here and go home and make a conscious decision to be different with Lacey and to be different with Paul. I mean, for me, I want to see this relationship between Becca and Paul last. I want to see them learning to trust each other and to connect together as a couple. Laverne and I are worried about how she's going to sustain this. We're going to wait and see.
When the Butters family arrived, the triplets were taking up to 4 hours to get to sleep. But over the last 5 days, they've built up a routine that last night ended in getting them off to sleep in just 20 minutes. In spite of their achievements, Sammy has been in a seriously negative mood all day. And with leaving time approaching, Elizabeth wants to help them see just how far they've come.
How did splitting them up go?
It was better.
Yeah, it was better.
Yes. Because you guys look better today.
Yeah, I feel better. I'm a bit tired, obviously, because of Alfie waking up, but apart from that, I do feel a lot better.
Sammy?
No, I'm tired today.
See, I feel different to how Sammy feels, you know what I mean? Sammy feels that we haven't done enough.
I want to show you some clips, starting when you first came into the house and kind of where we've got to now, OK?
Should be fun. Why do you go up outside, look? Why? No, Dad.
No. I would take something out the way we say no.
The way we talk.
I don't give you enough support. I'm finding it quite hard, you know. I knew I would want people telling me things that I know but I don't want to believe.
But do you think they're doing it in a good way or
yeah,
doing it in a bad way?
But obviously I'm going to think in a bad way.
That was the first night in bed when we were talking.
Really?
Right on.
It makes me feel sick.
This, the crowning glory that was.
What was that last night?
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, but that's here, doesn't mean it's going to be at home.
Yeah, but it can be like that at home. We've proved it.
I mean, it was absolutely fantastic to see that clip at the end with all three of them asleep.
Yeah,
and
it was.
Just to think about, you know, when they first came in and they're like, want to get in the kitchen, and actually where they've come to now. And actually they have done incredibly well.
Oh, yeah.
And whenever I go in and they're eating, just sat beautifully at the table, and you know.
Yeah, but that's because they're here. Wouldn't be like that at home.
Is it because they're here, or is it because you guys are different with them?
No, it's because we're here.
And I think this is something I picked up on when I first met you, is you're quick to say it won't work. You're quick to sort of not be optimistic about it. And what I want you to take away from your experience in the house is to give things a try, to give it a fair go.
But what if it doesn't work? I'm going to feel like this is a whole waste of time.
David, do you share the same worries?
No, because I think it will work if you stick to it.
It's totally different at home. Here they've been on the feet all day, they've been in the garden all day, and they are more tired here, aren't they, than at home.
Yeah, but then isn't it up to us to stop the telly running and start doing things with them?
But we haven't got the time at home. Here we've got all the time in the world because
why haven't we got the time at home?
Because we've got a house to run.
I mean, we could, I don't know, say an hour a day, tidy the house. You know what I mean? And
see, before he'd have to tidy all day, and now it's changing.
Yeah,
it's not fair. I wanted to do things before, but we couldn't because we had to tidy the house.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. Yeah, and that's really right.
David's changing the rules, and I don't think that's fair.
Okay,
I'm not changing the rules.
I'm not getting into this, Sammy. I'm not getting into a row with you about this. I'm hearing that you're worried about going home and putting this into practice. And when you get worried about something, you can get quite negative, and, you know, you find it hard to say, I'm going to be positive, I'm going to try. But David does feel very positive, and so I need to be able to balance both of your positions here. So we're talking about some big changes that need to happen at home. But these changes are coming from you, and this is what needs to happen, because actually when you go home, this is about your lives and what you choose to do and how you manage each day. Sammy's saying she's prepared to try, but she needs more help. And I think that's a huge shift from where we started this conversation, which was, I can't do it.
I'd love to do it. I'd love to go to groups and do activities with them, like we've been doing here.
Can you negotiate that with David?
Would you come?
I will do now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I think this conversation has raised, actually, what has been really lovely, is beginning to hear you two negotiate and think about how life is going to be at home.
Yeah.
And I've got something that I want to do with you. This is my promise box. Okay? So I would like you to make one promise to each other about what you're going to do, about how things are going to be different when you get home. I'm going to put that in our promise box for you guys to take home. So who wants to go first?
David can.
Okay, David. Tell me what you promised to Sammy to do, one thing to make a difference when you guys get home.
Right, I promise that I'll start to
go to activities.
Yeah, to more activities with the kids and with you.
Oh. So Sammy, what do you promise to David?
I promise to stick to our routine and get up in the morning.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Fold that up for me. It's really important to think about where you were when you came into the house and the journey and the work that you've done so far.
Oh yeah, it's been hard. It hasn't been easy.
No, it hasn't been easy.
See, I think it's been hard for Sammy as well, because she's had to find out a few home truths, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
same
but
for
you
me.
already knew.
It's not just Sammy, you know what I
them.
mean? It's myself, you know what I mean?
Listening
I realised
to someone else like David, I just wouldn't listen to him.
Absolutely. But what I'm seeing now is such a significant change in the both of you, and a real change in your parenting and the way you are with the children. That makes me feel very confident, actually, about you guys going home.
I just want to say, you know what I mean? I think you've been absolutely brilliant since we've been here. You really have. You've shown that you can do it.
Thank you.
I've said all along that you can do it, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've said it all.
Yeah, it's absolutely lovely, guys.
Yeah.
Sammy and David are both finally feeling positive about leaving the house. To top it all off, they've been told they're having a lunchtime treat before they go. But as she settles down to feed Alfie, everything changes for Sammy when she's told what they're getting.
What are we having?
Pizza. We're gonna make them.
Have a snack then, innit? Have a snack. Like.
Oh, do you know?
I thought we were getting.
I don't want no pizza. I'm just going to have spaghetti on toast.
I thought we were getting big lunch.
I know, yeah.
Hello.
We've got to travel all the way to Redcar on pizza.
I'm hoping there'll be some chilies and jalapenos.
We have pizza all the time.
Shit, I'm just going to do plain cheese. Plain, really. Yeah.
I don't want any, so I'm not doing it. I've been awful for. Can't we just ask to go home? Pizzas, we've got to make them. I just want to go home, David.
Pizza!
Making pizza. Making lunch.
And pizza for you, son.
10 minutes later, the pizza making is having an effect on Sammy.
Yeah, there's definitely another one.
That's for you, up there.
Paul, look in that
Sammy, do you want
drawer.
to share a pizza with me, babe?
I'm checking it.
Bye.
Really?
Yummy, yummy, yummy. You got ham, you got pepperoni,
green peppers, got cheese, got pineapple. What else we got? Running out of ideas.
Right, where's the other one go?
You're pinching all my cheese, you greedy
No,
bugger.
I've done that.
We're in front of me, yeah? Yeah, that one.
You put it any bloody higher, you're in for it. What?
Right, that's it. Not put any more on it.
Sorry,
What do
sweetie.
you want on now, pizza, babe? You need to eat something, Sammy. All right, all right.
What?
Lewis said something.
Don't take it on me, Sammy.
No.
Yeah, but it was like last night, I didn't like that cake.
That was nice.
Oh, I love that. We had that for pudding, that's what we had. I did like strawberries.
Right.
I enjoyed it all, man. Beautiful.
Oh. Perhaps you've got a good reason for that.
With just an hour left to go in the house, it all gets too much for pregnant Sammy. Could their hard work be undone just when things were looking up? Well, it's goodbye from the all-new house of tiny Tearaways. We've had tears and tantrums, and that's just the parents. Join us next time to see if these families can turn their lives around.
Out now! Now!
Yeah.